consensus about most of the policies of the U.S. government, like endless war, for example.
Oh, the oh so bright Whitney Webb, yeah, who has a mind virus that's called "We Hate the Jews" mind virus. It is. It really is too. If you look at the history with these people that hate Jews, we can. If people want to beat around the bush and say it's anti-Semitism and no, they hate. There's a group of these people. I'm going to show them to you why this is true and why they try to hide behind this free speech thing. The issue that happens though when people go on this road that everything is Israel's fault is, first of all, that's completely ridiculous, foolish, and it's no common sense. Israel, the state, has only been there since 1947. But what none of these people and all of them have millions of followers, by the way, because they're allowed to have them. But none of those people with those millions of followers ever go to the crown. Ever. I mean, they may mention it, but no, everything is Israel. It's Israel. It takes over. Like when people start hating the Jews, it moves like a virus, literally a mind virus. And then it's like, no, you have to do something. We have to do something about the Jews. And then the next thing you know, you got, people dragging Jews out of their house, putting them in camps, and we're back to, because it's what's gone on throughout history. So we should learn from history. We really should. Okay? Because it wasn't just the Holocaust. Again, I did the video yesterday about, Munich, how all of the players from Israel were killed when they went to the Munich Olympics in Germany. And that was in the 70s. And they're constantly under attack. And to act like Israel is behind everything in the world is ridiculous when they've only been there, and I'm not Jewish, by the way, when they've only been there since, I think, like 1947. So it's stupid. They're really just doing the bidding for the crown. So let's see who some of these people are besides good old Whitney Webb. So some people have heard of this podcast, The Last American Vagabond. The founder of this is this guy, Ryan Christian. And I had read, Whitney's never confirmed it, but that's her husband. And she's often on The Last American Vagabond. Say, like here, it's got your 4 screens there, and Ryan Christian's there, and Whitney Webb, okay? And what's interesting is maybe it's not true because, of course, here's Whitney Webb, and then there's Ryan Christensen. So, if it was true, you'd think that they would both be broadcasting out of, they'd be at the same table. I didn't watch this. I'm just saying, or is it just made to look? Because The Last American Vagabond was founded in Tennessee, the podcast, and maybe it was founded there and then they moved to Chile. I don't know, but I would imagine that since she has said she lives in Chile, that her husband, if that's her husband, lives there too, since she has kids. And this is another one I talked about yesterday, Andrew Torba, who is the founder and CEO of, I think he's the founder of Gab. So it happens to all of them. Really what most of them are is really liberals. So, and sadly what happens is the mainstream media, this is why the mainstream media then paints everybody that's a MAGA person with this broad brush of anti-extremism, white supremacy because of the, being anti-Semitic, all this stuff. Is because of people like this, because of people like Whitney Webb that are not very bright people, because they want to claim that Israel is responsible for everything that's going on that's wrong in the world, and that completely you can tell there's a mind virus there, because there's no way that people that have only been a state since late 1940s could possibly have amassed that much power. But what they won't ever talk about is the crown. Here's a couple of other ones. Yep. Candace Owens was just loving that Ian Carroll, who was the newest sellout. Because once they get a bunch of money and they sell out, and then they push it's Israel, and you see the mind, if you watch close enough, you see the mind virus, get a hold of them in their brain, and it's like, Israel is the problem with all of the world. Like it's just craziness. It's just craziness. Yeah, Candace Owens, she's been accused of this before, though, okay? That shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. She was pretty much brought on the scene by Kanye. And Kanye's made plenty of anti-Jew statements, and yeah. So are you seeing how it works now? Why all these people are allowed their big podcasts? And yes, Joe Rogan has made anti-Semitic statements. He just hates Jews. They're just good and careful about it, and but they end up exposing themselves because they end up they always have to go there. It's the Jew. It's Israel. It's the Jews. It's Israel. And it's rather sick. These are a couple of other ones. This is Redacted. That's their channel up there, Redacted. They're on YouTube, okay? This guy over here is Clayton Morris. He used to be a host on Fox News, okay? This is his wife, Natalie, one of the most stupidest women in the world. Really, I'm not saying that to be mean. I literally listened to her yesterday on their podcast. Talking to somebody, because they have this third person that's often on there, and they were saying, she said, why shouldn't Iran be allowed to have a nuke? Israel has one. So stupid, like, is their brain cells there? Okay, because especially since her husband once used to host on Fox News, okay? Like, she doesn't know the history. Israel or Iran has literally said, we want the nuke so that we can annihilate an entire race of people. Like, so stupid. But again, this is what happens with the mind virus. And if you watch them, they have the mind virus too, where it's Israel, it's Israel, it's Israel. I mean, and then that leads to the Holocaust, just saying. And just so people are aware, that's Clayton Morris when he was on Fox. Yeah, ex-Fox and Friends host moves to Portugal amid fraud accusations from dozens, including several from New Jersey. Oh, interesting. So, yeah. So all these people that seem to know so much about America don't even live here. Whitney Webb, this one, what do you know? But something they all have in common, besides, the we hate the Jews mind virus, is this guy. That's what they all have in common. They all love, is it representative or congressman? I can't remember. Yeah, they all love Thomas Massie. Oh, they sure do. But of course they would. Are you seeing the big picture yet? Yeah, he claims he's a libertarian, so... Yep, that's why they're all part of the same circle, same group, same problem. And really, the reason they hate America is because America stands with Israel. So it's an automatic, that's why so many people hate America. That's why they blame Israel and never look at the true problem, which is the crown. And really, it's all the people that hate the Jews. And let me just say what bullshit this is. I'm not corporate media, okay? See, I'm just calling Whitney Webb out because she puts down my country while she sits her ass in Chile. So see, I'll come after your damn ass for that. Because you're only going after Israel and you're only going after America because for whatever reason, even though you were born in Sarasota, Florida, you must have had some bad experience and, I don't know, you had to travel the world and find out, America is all the ills in the world because they stand with Israel and I have a mind virus. And so I'm going to act like I know everything, but I'll never once talk about the crown, but I'll just carry on endlessly whenever I can about how horrible Israel is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, literally, you might as well just put the Yasser Arafat scarf on her head, which is the black checkerboard scarf and with the red in it, the Hamas colors. And you could see her out there, marching with Hamas and Hezbollah. I mean, I could totally see it. That's the mindset there. And actually, Trump did put out a lengthy statement today about Representative Tom Massie. What do you know? That he should be primaried for opposing measures to avert government shutdown. It seems that Thomas Massie isn't a very good friend to America, but then people that hate the Jews hate America too. And Americans, you need to recognize that all of these people have an agenda.